Hi everyone. I hope I'm audible. I have a little cold today, so bear with me. Okay, so let's have a look at the roadmap or lesson plan for your class 9. Okay, so what exactly is the syllabus and how you can go about in preparation for class 9 and how this will be useful for you all in class 10 as well. Okay, since class 10 is your board exam. Okay, so class 9 you should have a little idea like how exactly you can prepare now itself with respect to all the pattern followed. Okay, so along with that you can also know like what you need to stress on. Okay, so I'll just tell you some things which you need to stress on so that you can you can score well even in your board exam. So this is like a preparation pathway. A class 9 is like a preparation pathway for your class 10. So we will discuss some tips and how you can go about the time management. We will see all that along with your whatever syllabus is mentioned. Okay, so before that, let me introduce myself. I am Vani Kari, biology educator at Unacademy. I am an engineer with bachelor's and master's degree in biotechnology and a B.Ed degree. Also, a founder of a startup where I grow microgreens by vertical farming technology. Okay, so join with us in Telegram for homework and class notes. You can join the channel Vani Kari ICSE class 9 and 10 biology. Okay, and Telegram channel Unacademy ICSE and ISC both. So this link you can find in the description. Okay, so we will have a look at the the different features which are mentioned. Okay, so you can just go through that. You will find a community link, you will find the telegram link, and you will find the top 5 classes, special classes. I think top 3 special classes, special link, special class link you will find. Okay. Alright, so you can also attend the free classes, that is special classes on Unacademy. So learn from your favorite educator for free. Okay, so engage with educator via polls. So clear your doubts in the live special class. Okay, so for the top special classes you can visit the link in the description. Okay, so this is, you can see, for the top special classes. All right, so now Unacademy subscription features. So you can learn live from the comfort of your home. Unlimited access to all the courses will be there. Top educators of India are going to take the class in one platform, that is Unacademy platform. Then there is regular doubt clearing session. Okay, so exhaustive, like complete syllabus will be covered. Mentorship and guidance is given, study material is given, practice tests, live test series, and batch courses. Once you take the subscription you will have access to different batches. Okay, so there is a batch which you can refer. So this is basically in in English or Hindi or English. So you can go for any of these batches. Once you take a subscription you will have access to all of this. So along with that there is a daily practice section, weekly mock test series as well, live quizzes, daily MCQ and subjective test series also you can have access to. Okay, so now since you are all in class 9, okay, so what you can do is you can try with minimum of 6 months of subscription. Okay, so total it will be around 10,000. So with the referral code you will be getting 10% discount. So this is my referral code Vani YT. Okay, so when you apply this code you will get 10% discount on the subscription. Okay, so those who are entering class 9 now, so you can also go with the 12 months of subscription and you can complete your class 9 with Unacademy, where you have access to unlimited courses. You have access to all the batches where you can depending on your preference you can learn in English or Hindi. Okay, So you will have access to all the educators plus classes, that is courses, so that whatever you feel like, whichever educator you feel comfortable with, so you can attend that session. All right, so let's have a look at the roadmap or lesson plan for your class 9. Okay, so what exactly is this one? So what is roadmap or what is lesson plan? So here the meaning is that how you can go in preparation. Okay, so this is how you can prepare for your exam. So this is basically a preparation strategy that we are going to discuss about the class 9. Okay, so this is the chapter that you have. Okay, so first chapter is anyway the introducing biology. So this is that itself is actually not there in the syllabus. It is just like introducing you to a different branches of biology, so that you are well aware about the different branches are there. Okay, so now moving on to this one, that is second chapter, cell the unit of life. So from this you can find that, so always when you are preparing, okay, so when you are preparing for your exam, or let's say you are preparing for your board itself, but class 9 is the reference there. So when you are preparing, so just make sure that you go through the syllabus which is mentioned. So where is syllabus now? So this is the syllabus. Okay, so here you can see a syllabus. So you need not know. So here they have given some of the examples like activities of the cell. Okay, so activities of cell is not required. So what all is important to study, so only that you will be concentrating on. So that is why whenever you're preparing for any subject, okay, so mainly look, so this is with respect to biology. So this strategy can be applied for biology, but about other subjects, so if a syllabus is given and scope of syllabus is mentioned, so you can follow that. Okay, so always follow a scope of syllabus which is mentioned in your book. Okay, so now with respect to that, so you need to know the cell theory, the structure and plant, structure of plant and animal cell. Okay, then you should have a what is the function of these organelles that are there. Okay, so where exactly they are located, so what is protoplasm, what is cytoplasm, the cell wall, cell membrane, different organelles which are mentioned here, so all that is important. Okay, so let's have a look at it. So as you can see, so they have mentioned a difference between a prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell, difference between an animal cell and a plant cell. Okay, so this is anyway you are studying. After that, activity of cell which is mentioned, so you just read through it once. Okay, so just read through it once. So it is not that it is gonna come under any of your questions, because it is just for your understanding. So if you read the syllabus which is mentioned, so you will have an idea which you need to stress on. Okay, so let's go to this part. I'll just show you this, just a second. Yeah, so now the books. So let's talk about the books. So which book are you all referring, any of you? So which book are you all referring now, as of now, for class 9? So let's see, for class 9, yes, you can anyway refer the book, that is the textbook. You can refer the textbook Selena. Okay, so if you are referring any of the workbooks, so there are workbooks that are available for class 9 also, but very less amount, very less quantity workbooks are available. So there is a publication, so Oswald publication you can refer, Goyal publication you can refer, then there is Together With you can refer. So this book is good. So Oswald book, at least when we mention, so this itself is having a previous year questions. Okay, so you can go through those previous year questions which are mentioned. So this is subjective also, this is partitioning some of the question, and objective wise also you will get in the Oswald. Okay, so there are different versions, or we can see different editions. Okay, so different editions you will find with respect to Oswald. So you can refer the one which you feel comfortable. But previous year question paper, so this is only for class 10. Okay, So for you anyway, you can just practice the Selena solution. So one more thing, the main thing, so Selena is at most important. The Selena solutions also you can refer to. Okay, so Selena's so you can refer the Selena solution along with that the exercise which is mentioned. So that again, that is the practice for you all. Okay, so let's have a look at from all the chapters of biology what exactly is important. So since like most of you have already started attending the class 8, so class 8 you have completed, started attending class 9 now. Okay, so you already have an idea in class 8 or maybe in 7. So you had the diagram based questions where they would ask you name the following, fill in the blank. Okay, so then there is give technical term type of question, function type of question, write the exact location. So here location when we mention, so make sure that you're preparing for your exam, that is mainly keeping in mind you're preparing for your board exam. That means your board exam question paper pattern itself says that, so they are expecting you to write a exact location. That means whatever is given in the textbook, so it should be a textbook copy. Okay, so you need to have a keep in mind that so whatever location you are writing, so that is the exact one. Okay, so now since you all have practiced already in class 9, I mean not class 9, class 8, so you had the diagram based question, right? So same pattern will be followed for your class 10 as well. So it is class 9 is just like preparation, where you are going to understand how exactly this class 10, the pathway or whatever the rules and regulations that they are applying and following, so that you can understand well in class 9. Because from your schools also, so same thing is being followed. So school teachers, okay, so teachers are guided, okay, so teachers are educated regarding how they can go about in preparation, like how they can make their children ready for all this type. Okay, so even though there is no particular set rules set or guidelines given with respect to your preparation as such, so main thing is you will be following a syllabus, and teachers are evaluated, teachers are trained. Okay, so there is always a teacher training that is conducted by the ICSE board. So teachers are trained to guide you regarding how you can go about preparation for your class 9 as well as a class 10. Okay, so every year the teachers are guided, so they know your school teacher. So for class 9 anyway, there is no fixed diagram that you need to compulsorily study this and this. Okay, so there is no perfect outline as such, but you can follow your teacher, okay, who says that so this plant diagram is important, then animal diagram is important, so let's say a bacterial diagram is important. So based on that you can follow that procedure. Okay, but for class 10 when we mentioned, this is not the same case. Okay, so in case of class 10, so there is there is a scope of syllabus, there is a syllabus which is mentioned. So that syllabus you need to follow, whatever diagrams are important, so that you will understand. And when you read the syllabus itself, you will understand that yes, heart is important, yes, neuron structure is important, so you need to draw, so you will understand that. Okay, but here as the syllabus is not clearly as it is given with respect to your class 9, so what you can do is just follow. So this is follow your teachers, so that they are the ones. So even though question paper might be coming from the board in certain cases, or let's say question paper is set by the school itself, so here mainly you need to refer the syllabus, because it is always the taken from the syllabus itself. And they'll be informing like what all is important, like you need not practice all the diagrams that are mentioned there. Okay, so go for the one which is mentioned. So like all the diagrams are not required, but wherever you find a proper diagram with all the parts and labeling. Okay, so whenever a book is having different parts and labeling is also there, so that you can consider for drawing without any second thought. Okay, because that can be there, because this is completely a decision from your school teacher itself, so you can have a look at this path and the label which is there, so you can practice those diagrams, or this school teacher itself will be informing you like which you can go about. Okay, so now with respect to that, so under fill ups, you have a fill in the blanks, then analogy type of questions might be there. So name the following, so they can also say that give technical term. Okay, so give technical term questions might be there. Okay, so then functions, they'll ask exact explanation for a particular topics might be asked. Okay, then they can also ask you to write a exact location, then differences. So let's say two parts are there, so you need to write the differences between them. Okay, reasoning, so give reason type of questions you can get. And also fill ups I already said, so there is a diagram and labeling. Okay, so now when we mention about diagram and labeling, so make sure that you have your teacher has informed you, or maybe you have asked like what all diagrams are important, or whether it is important to study all of these diagrams. So this is completely left to a teacher. So now based on that, you can go for the diagram which is having all the parts and all the labelings are there, so you can prefer that the most. Okay, so now structured question, so at the end of each chapter, so there is a exercise part which is mentioned. Okay, so you need to follow that exercise part, so you will find structured questions there. Okay, so you can follow those structured questions which are given. So you can I think you all might be having an idea, so there is online, so there is a Selena solution also that is available, so you can just practice, so keeping a Selena solution on one side. Okay, so you'll keep the Selena solution on one side, and the other way you can also discuss the questions that are there, so simultaneously you can go on practicing. So since these Selena solutions or the exercise part which is mentioned in your book, so same type of pattern you can find for your board exam as well. Okay, so for your board exam, so same pattern has to be followed, but again now because of COVID, so there is no particular set guidelines which is given at. Okay, so there is a chance that since there is one more wave which is coming, so there might be a chance that there can be again term 1 term 2 can be there, so where you will be writing the term 1 portion only and term 2 portion. But anyway, in the previous for class 9 it was not like that, so they were supposed to write the full exam like whole year. Okay, but for class 10 they have a term 1 and term 2, so depending on a type of the situation or condition, so variation we can find. So but be prepared, so what you can do, so you can prepare for all the different types of exams, I mean different types of questions that might be appear. Okay, so that might come. So this is basically name the following, function, explanation, then exact location, differences are important, reasoning, fill up, and along with that the diagram and the labeling is important, structured questions are important. Okay. So here I already explained you like, so these are the syllabus which is mentioned in your book. So whenever you are preparing for a particular let's say you are preparing for a chapter, or you just started studying the flower chapter, make sure that you are looking at the syllabus flower, the structure of a bisexual flower, and functions of a various part. That means what? A complete chapter you need to study, because functions of various chapter itself is given. So description of floral parts is mentioned, so that is important. That means whole of a chapter is important, but in certain cases you can find some important parts just for your understanding that they might have written. Okay, so you can just read that once and ignore the rest. Okay, so just ignore it if you have gone, but make sure that you are following, you are reading it thoroughly, the syllabus part. So you are reading it thoroughly, you are practicing the syllabus part which is mentioned, so that is way too important. Okay, so now whatever is mentioned in the syllabus, so you need to be thorough with that. So same applied for your class 10 also. It is just like a preparation you are doing now itself for class 10 with the help of a class 9. So same pattern will be followed for your class 10 as well. Okay, so make sure that you read the syllabus, or in your class 10 book they have mentioned scope of syllabus also. So you can go with the scope of syllabus, like what detail you need to study, which diagram you need to practice. So they'll ask structure diagram, so all that will be mentioned. So make sure that you are looking at the syllabus and you are thorough with all the concepts that are mentioned. Okay, so these are the questions that are there, that is with respect to from all the chapters what you will accept, expect in case of biology. Okay, so in biology all you can expect is the name, function, explain, location, difference. So make sure that you are following all of these in general. Okay, so now let's have a look at the strategies, how you can follow for, that is biology strategy in preparation. So how you can prepare. So this is for preparation strategy we can say. Okay, or one second. Okay, so this can be your preparation strategy, or we can also say that this can be the time management that you can go about. Okay, so this can be with respect to your time management. All right, and answer writing hacks also. So we will discuss that, like how exactly you can go about all of this. Okay, so let's see one by one. So let's see some strategies which you can apply in order to prepare for your class 9. Okay, so first and foremost thing, what do you do? So organize your study space. Okay, so you do what you usually do. So it is you are mixing up everything. Okay, so usually in your schools also there are tests that are conducted. Okay, so internal tests, or which you call as internals, are conducted. Okay, so these internals when they are conducted, so it's not that it is very beginning or it is the end. Okay, so make sure that you are sorting all the subjects. Okay, that means you are arranging so that you do not keep on searching for all the things that are required. So let's say you have got notes from your teacher. Okay, so for biology, so you are keeping it one side. Okay, so all the books, all the workbooks, all the practice that you have done, the previous year question papers, or the notes that you have obtained from your seniors or maybe from your teachers alone. Okay, worksheet that you have applied. So make sure that all the related subject, so biology you are sorting out. So let's say this is for biology, so this is for maths, let's say this is for physics. Make sure that you are sorting them well in the very beginning, so that there is no confusion when you are having your internals or maybe your midterm exam, anything that is there. So now here I'm discussing it for your whole year, like how exactly you can go about the strategies. Okay, so you are sorting them well, so that you don't go on searching them when you are in the last minute. Okay, so now next point is that, so whenever you are organizing, so you have organized. Okay, so now you need to make a planning. So you need to plan, so you need to plan a timetable. Okay, so now let's say you are going to your school. Okay, so coming back, then you are attending your tuitions also. Okay, so in all those cases you have very less space or very less time available, so that time you need to manage. Okay, so that time management you need to realize, like what time is perfect for study, so that I'm able to relax also, and I'm able to reflex also, and again getting recharge, so that I can perform or further study. Okay, so it's not that you go on introducing lot of topics into your head. Okay, and nothing is getting your head because you are not understanding that clearly. So if that is the case, it is not working. Okay, so always plan it well. So planning is important, and not just planning, act now. So you need to execute it. Okay, so always execute it. So lot of students whom I have come across, okay, so they always have in mind, so that they want to work a little more, they want to do better. Okay, and also they want to plan well, and they want to execute it also. they plan it, but the planning is not well, so that there is there might be a problem, associated problem with execution, because whatever they have planned, that is not working well for them. So planning is essential and executing is much more essential. Just planning won't do any help. Okay, so planning and execution has to be done. So next is, now let's say you look at the diagram. Okay, so you are just looking at the diagram and you are not practicing that. Okay, so let's say you look a book. One second, just excuse my cold today, so I'm having a little cold. Okay, all right, so now when you look at the diagram, so you feel that yes, I now know this diagram, I can draw it easily. But don't do that. Okay, so you look it, you practice it. Okay, so same strategy can be applied to your other subjects also. So you look it and you feel that yes, I know this, but that is not the case. Okay, so you always need to practice it. Okay, so practice while you are drawing. So let's say you have just seen it and you try to draw it without saying, so you will get stuck at some point. So you will understand that how important a practice is. Okay, so you need to practice, and just by looking you don't understand that. Okay, so you, even though there is a feeling that you have understood, but this is not gonna work. So same with respect to your maths. Okay, so equations you are practicing in chemistry, so any of this, so always a practice is gonna make the man perfect. So you have heard about this one, right? So practicing is much more essential. So when I read, so let's say I have an exam now, I'm just reading a book. Okay, and I have a I look at the heart. Okay, so I feel now yes, this is way too easy. Or let's say you are looking at the neuron itself, so you feel that it is way too easy, there is nothing. But when you try to draw that in the paper, so you cannot draw it because you haven't practiced, you have just looking into it. So always practicing is important. Now for your class 9 anyway, as such, there is no previous year question paper. Okay, but you can take the question papers from your seniors. Okay, or your educate, I mean who, the teacher who's there in your school, so they might be providing you worksheet also. So since there is no previous year question paper as such for class 9, so instead of previous year question paper, so you can take the question paper from your seniors, or maybe you can go with the worksheet that is given by your school teachers, so that it will be like you will understand like what type of questions are going to come, because worksheet is again prepared by your teacher itself. Okay, so same type of questions might be there, so it's not that she is giving something different, because she is thinking in this particular way. Okay, so she'll understand, so she knows that which part is important and which is not. So based on that you can follow the worksheet that is given. Okay, so now moving on to the next one, that is make a checklist. All right, so now what exactly is checklist? Okay, so now checklist is basically once you are done preparing. Okay, so make sure that you have made a list of formulas maybe. Okay, so a list of the functions that is there, like if you have observed, I make a list, I take a sessions on YouTube, right? So make a list of function, make a list of locations from all the chapters. So this is from all the chapters. Okay, so make a list of give reason type of question, make a list of diagram based questions from each and every chapter. Like you can avoid the repeated question, but somewhat different questions what are there, so those you can include. Then you can make a list of the structured questions. So this is going to help you in last minute preparation. Okay, so let's say you are having your exam and you are not so sure which part I have studied, which part I am perfect, which one I need to revise. So if you have made a checklist well in advance, so this is going to help you. So you can just have a look through this one. Okay, so you can just have a look through this one and it will give you a brief idea, like which one you need to follow, so which part you are missing. Okay, so this will give you an idea. So checklist is important. Okay, and moving on to the other one, so that is relax refresh and recharge. So this is, your brain can take a information to some extent. So you like, you go on writing, you go on reading without any breaks. So this is gonna tire your brain. Okay, so always hydrate. Okay, that means you need to drink a water. So hydrate, and you read a piece of information. Okay, so try to process it. Okay, try to store that information in your brain. Okay, so that means you are reading, you are relaxing, you are not filling all the things into your head at once. So you read a piece of information, you are relaxing, and once you relax, like you are inputting that information, so you are now taking a lot of like break you are taking, so that you get a sufficient energy, you feel a gap there. So again you are ready to take a piece of information, next piece of information. So this is way too essential. Not, don't leave a like long gap as such, but yes, you can take about 5 to 10 minutes gap. Okay, so you can manage with 5 minutes gap or maybe 10 minutes gap after you read a particular concept. Okay, so that can be done. Okay, because your brain needs a time to process. Now moving on to time management. So now with respect to, so let's say you are coming from school. Okay, so you are again going to your tuitions. So whatever time is remaining, you should be able to, so this is the time remaining now. So in that time remaining, you should be efficient to manage your time well. Okay, that means a planning has to occur well. Okay, and just planning won't work, so there has to be execution. So execution also has to be done. Okay, so now let's say you are comfortable studying in the morning, so you are a morning person. Okay, so make sure that you are sleeping early. Okay, so that you can get up early in the morning, and you have a time. So let's say your school starts at 8 and you are waking up somewhere around 5 p.m. Okay, so what time you are getting? 5 to 7 p.m. you are getting. Okay, so this is the time that you have, 2 hours time you are having, right? Because 8 o'clock you are having your school, that means 1 hour at least you need, like to take all, like for all the preparations, so to eat also, so you need little time. Okay, so at least invest 2 of your times, I mean 2 hours of your time, so that you are preparing well in the morning. So if you are a night person, okay, so let's say you are a night person, so in that case, let's say you can stay awake for a long time. Okay, so now let's say by the end, around 9 o'clock, all your tuition classes are also over. Okay, so it's better if, and if you are preparing on your own, so let's say anyway your tuition classes are getting over by 9, so you can have, so you can take time till 10. So 10 to 10 to 12 you can prepare. Again anyway you are getting enough amount of time for your preparation, like so you are again you are getting 2 hours of time, so that is well in advance for your preparation. So depending on a type of person, whatever you are comfortable, so it is better if you study in the morning, so that is the better one. Okay, so this is the better one, like I suggest. Okay, so you can go for anything that you feel comfortable. Now moving on to answer writing tricks. Okay, so whenever, let's say you are having your exam, okay, so read the instructions. So this is way too important, reading the instruction. Okay, then read all the questions carefully. So this is important. So let's say they have given total of 7 question, but you need to write, okay, only 5. So this one you need to write only 5. In that case, write only 5. Okay, so you need to write only 5, no extra answering. Okay, so no extra questions answering. Okay, so why? Because this is not even considered. So this is not even considered. Just go for those questions which you feel comfortable, and so 5 questions, when you read them questions carefully, so you can decide those 5 questions which you are comfortable writing and go in detail writing of those questions only. So you need not attempt any extra questions answering. Okay, so this is not required. Now plan the time as you read the questions. You can plan the time there itself, so that is way too important. Then check how many marks are available. So depending on marks, so now 1 mark question might be there, 2 mark might be there, so that might be 5 mark. Okay, so diagram based questions, so structured questions are there, so there can be 4 to 5 marks can be there. Okay, so now based on that you will be answering those questions. So plan each answer before you start writing. Answer the question and include the keywords. So this is important again. Okay, so including the important terms. Okay, so now definition is given, function is given, location is given. Make sure that you are writing or including the keywords that are mentioned. All right, so this has to be followed. And other than that, I'll just show you this. Yeah, so these are the question paper, I mean not the question paper, sorry, syllabus. Okay, so this syllabus you need to follow. Okay, so all the syllabus which is given at the beginning of your chapters. Okay, so you can see syllabus is written over here, syllabus is written here. Okay, so in deep knowledge, or you are studying about this one in detail, so that has to be done. Okay, so syllabus, from whenever you are preparing for a chapter, make sure that you follow the syllabus which is mentioned in there. Okay, so this is the mentioned syllabus. So for all of this chapter you need to follow this syllabus and make sure that you are thorough with these particular syllabus mentioned. All right, okay, so we discussed all of this. Okay, and one more thing that I need to say here with respect to answer writing hack. So now after you answer, okay, so after writing answer, so this is after writing answer, make sure that you leave 2 to 3 line gaps. Okay, so always leave, okay, so this is basically leave 2 to 3 lines gap. Okay, so that whatever, so let's say you remember some points. Okay, so you remember some points, so instead of writing different question number and again writing the whole thing, what you can do is you can just go for just whatever gap that you have left. So let's say you have left 2 to 3 lines gap, so that gap you can fill because you have some more, like let's say 15 minutes time is remaining after your exam. Okay, so that 15-minute time you can make use of, and you can go on filling the line that you have left. So not something unnecessary you are writing, but while you are in stress you might not remember that, but once the exam is over, once you have completed your paper, so you are somewhat relaxed. Okay, so that relaxed timing you can use in order to fill that gap with the proper answer itself. Okay, so this is about the strategy that you can follow. Okay, so before I end the session, so I'll just say about this. Excuse my cold, I'm having too much cold today. Okay, all right, so there is a guardians batch. So this is all subject batch. Okay, so mode of delivery here is English. Okay, and you can see maths, physics, chemistry and biology is being covered, so you have access to watch the recordings also. So even if it is only few classes are done, so there is a option where you can watch the recording. Any doubts you have, you can get in touch with the educator, so that is on the Telegram. Okay, so this is a orientation week. So now tomorrow, that is 17th, so all these sessions are already done. Okay, so one session is there, that is on 17th, so you can enroll for this session. So all you need to do is download the Unacademy Learner app and enroll for this session. So you will stand a chance to win the Amazon voucher. So if you are coming top 3 in quiz, so we will be conducting a quiz there. So if you are top 3 on the quiz, so we will be sharing the leaderboard so that you can know your rank also. So if you are top 3, you will be getting a Amazon voucher which is worth rupees 500. Okay, so then introducing community. So never miss on any update from your favorite educator. Get session notes and practice material. Okay, share your feedback directly with the educators via poll. So check out the educator. So this is the link to the community of educator. So you can find this in the description. Also there is a bucks bounty. So this is opportunity for all learners to report any inappropriate content in the video. Okay, so be the first one to report a particular issue to claim your prize. Then report any inappropriate content using the form in the description. Okay, so how you can watch my special classes? All you need to do is download the Unacademy Learner app. Open the app and click on get started. Okay, so you can enter your mobile number and the OTP. Sign up using your email ID. Okay, so this can be done. So once it is done, you can select your category. So like class 6 to 12 you can select the category ICSE class 9 and 10. Okay, so this is for class 9. So then you can select the preferred language. So English you prefer to learn in English, or if you prefer to learn in Hindi. So depending on your choice, you can go for any of this language preference. And once that is done, so basically you can find the link. So to do all of this, you will find the link in the description. So you can click on that, and all this procedure will be followed. So once that is done, you will find there is a notify me. Okay, so once you click on that, you will get notified about the classes just before. So let's say class is starting now. Okay, so you will get notification 10 minutes before itself. Okay, so you can also use my code to unlock. So my code is Vani Kari. Okay, so with this code you can unlock the free products that are there on Unacademy. All right, so thank you all. Okay, so see you all in the next session. So this is bell icon, so click on bell icon to get notified about the session. Okay, so subscribe to our channel, that is Unacademy ICSE and ISC both. Like and share the video and download the app now, that is Unacademy Learners app. So this PDF, if you wish, you can ping me on my Telegram. So I'll be sending it there. Okay, so my Telegram is basically, you can search Vani Kari ICSE class 9 and 10. Okay, so this is my ICSE class 9 and 10. So this link you can search this in Telegram. So you will find it and you can join the Telegram there. Okay, so any doubts you have, so you can get it clear there on the Telegram as well. Okay, so see you all in the next session. Bye bye everyone. Thank you so much.